picture me driving the foreign. Yeah, she riding the passenger side. Thinking trip at 3 in the morning. She riding 3 in the morning. So much pride. 'Cause she was there. There from the beginning. Oh, baby, you was there. There from the beginning. I picture me driving the front, now my history is changing. She's my day one and there is no rearranging. She's had my back through the times when things were straining. Now she benefits from every cent I'm gaining. Listen to what I'm saying. No dividing, no compromising. She gon' ride while I keep on climbing. Just recognize we gon' keep on thriving. She believe that I'll see greatness in due timing. I picture me driving the foreign. My shawty, she riding the passenger side. Thinking trip at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. She in the morning. Yeah. She was there from the beginning. In the beginning. There in the beginning. He took me driving in the beginning. Foreign with my lady.
Good evening. Welcome to Living Your Best Life with Life Coach Kurt. Man, do we have a treat for you tonight. First, I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to my sponsors and let them know how much I care and appreciate all that they do for me. First, we're going to have 702 Braids for You. That's that Cindy Michelle out there, man. Had a meeting this morning with her, and we talked to some her web designer and everything. She has the most powerful website I have seen. This web designer, Gina Foy, she's incredible. And then she has another guy that does all the analytics that really breaks it down so you understand. And then you can actually hire them to do all of that for you. So I just hired them today, gave my deposit. I got a new site coming. Y'all, it's going to knock you out. It knocked me out when I was just giving answers to their questions. So sometimes, you can do all that by yourself. But if you can hire the professionals, just like if you was to hire me as a life coach, you hiring a professional, let them do that work and take it a little off of your case because you're going to make up the revenue in the product that they give you. So that's 702 Braids for You. And then I have my girl over there, Jamisa. She's doing amazing things with the mobile beauty salon. Absolutely incredible. You can get full service in one place. And she can come to you, groups, whatever you want to do. She takes care of that. And then I got my little sis, Bougie Las Vegas Boutique. All the bling, I'm fortunate enough that she supplies me with all my bling and everything, but she has some amazing products on her site. And we worked on this today. Make sure if you call them up or go to their site, you put in that you heard about them on Living Your Best Life, or you just put Life Coach Kurt in the promo code, and you'll get a 10 to 15% discount based on what your order is or what kind of services you're getting. Once again, my 3 sponsors, love y'all. I got 2 more that I'm working on. Get up to 5 sponsors. I know I'm living my best life then, but I already doing really well. But that's what it's all about, the support that we get from everybody. And I want to also thank my BU team. These guys here are absolutely incredible. We got the amazing Amber, Coach Amber J in the house tonight, and I got a special guest that comes from her side of the family. I'm going to introduce him in a second. The BU family, all the shows that we have all week long, some great hosts that we have here at BU. If you're missing out and you want a platform to put out your information on because you're passionate about going to the top and getting people to hear it, come over here and talk to us at BU Radio because I'm sure we can find a slot for you so you can be living your best life as well. And also my tribe. Man, the sponsorship and the help that I get from my tribe, you guys tapping in every week and things like that. I know I can't see my Instagram, but apparently my Instagram is really blowing up. There'll be a lot of people on there sometimes, so I appreciate it. I usually just see my Facebook fans. So what the show is about today, we're going to bring in my guest in just a second. He is actually my co-host today, the amazing Jesse. He is Amber's son, and he is just like learning life. He's excited about networking and getting out here, and she's doing the right steps. It's about exposure because the more exposure you have in different fields, the more comfortable you become and everything like that. So we can't beat that. And I'm all about the youth. That's what I work with every day. So having a young man next to me ready to go ahead and tap in on this mic and tell his side of the story. I'll be asking him some questions, and he'll give me his personal feedback on there. And it's about a show that I have coming up. It's not a show. It's like a series of workshops. So through January, bring him on in there. Can I get my producer to bring my main man in, please? There we go. We got old Jesse coming in here. How old are you, Jesse? 15 years old. This guy is tall as I am. And you think you're about 5'11", almost 6 feet. 15 years old. What size shoe you wear?
14.
Boy, look at here. He wear the same size shoe as me. Lord, God bless you, Miss Jones. Because it's not cheap raising us boys. That's it. There he is right there. And I also got Alex Main. Alex is that age group that it's mostly designed for. This program I'm doing is a 6-piece, 6-week life transformational program. Each week we'll have a different workshop, and we're going to go over some of those workshops in a minute. But this is designed, the program is called From Prince to King, and it's designed to increase and provide the framework based on individual fears and beliefs and motivation. Designed to allow the individual to examine different aspects of their lives, this also allows for a positive change in behaviors, which allows one to clearly focus on a purposeful life. Now, putting that all in just layman terms, it's a life coaching program that will take you from being a prince and elevate you to understand what it means to become a king and be a king. So this is a completely free program. It's going to run for 6 weeks. It's a lot of perks to come into this program. First, you get to eat every night. It's 2 hours from 6 to 8 on Thursday nights over at Nevada Partners over there on Westlake Mead. The other thing is everybody that attends it graduates with a $250 gift card to Burlington so they can go buy some clothes that they want or whatever they need. But they also automatically qualify for a weekend full paid retreat to Mount Potosi, and that's right here in Utah. We all go up there, and it's just like a big retreat, some more motivational workshops, and just getting together and understanding what manhood is about. And so I'll be on that trip as well, just giving it to you. And that's the follow-up behind graduation, because we want this to keep going. We have an objective, what we want to meet, and at the conclusion, this is where we want you to go. And this is all volunteer. And so we're working at it. I'll have some more information. I'll have the flyer out tomorrow. Maybe I can get it over here and be you ready. Coco bounce it out. I forgot to send it today. Just a busy day. So this is what we're going to start with. Jesse, go ahead and introduce yourself and just tell us a little about you.
So I'm Jesse. I'm 15. I'm going to the 10th grade. Normal teen hobbies like playing the game, going out with my friends, enjoying life as best I could. I'm waiting for my license.
Okay, there you go. That first step, looking at getting your permit and then getting your license. So just before I go into this, Jesse, if you had to think about as a young man going forward, you have an amazing mom, you come from an amazing family, y'all blessed.
Yes,
what
sir.
are some of your concerns about moving into maybe adulthood?
Well, looking after myself, like I look after myself a little bit, but me having to watch my back 24/7, learning finances, taking care of myself, and eventually, if I have a family, taking care of them.
Okay.
That's one of my biggest fears.
Outstanding. And you're not alone. I'll be the first one to tell you. When I was growing up, I was fortunate that my dad didn't live in the house with me, but he was always there when I lived in California. He always came and picked me up every weekend. And we know that right now a lot of youth are going through different stages of their life. They might have positive male role models in their home and they might not. And so that's where mentors and things like that come into play. You have a blessing that you have an outgoing mom that is already rolling out the carpet, and I'm sure she has from childhood to get you to where you are today. But those concerns that you have are true in all 15, 16-year-olds, and some people even before they even reach 25. So I'm going to give you a hint. you're going to make a lot of mistakes up until you're 25 and probably even some after that. But the front lobe of your brain that tells you that I can figure things out, I understand things, and I can make great decisions doesn't even evolve until you're 25 years old. That's why insurance companies, when you drive, because you're thinking about getting your license, when you turn 25, your insurance rates go down. Because they feel that you're mature enough now that you're going to make better decisions and not hot riding and peeling out and driving 110 miles an hour, not
That's
telling
fun.
on myself. But
That's some fun stuff.
yeah, that's all the fun stuff. There you go, Alex. See, Alex, like that's all the fun things we have to do. But that's what the mind does. It has a determined date that they say you are a young man or you're of age that you can start making conscious decisions about your future.
Yeah.
So what I believe in, even at your age, 15, 16 years old, why don't we start feeding you the juice before then that's going to help you succeed going forward?
Yeah.
So that's what this workshop is that I'm doing from Prince to King program. It's for 6 weeks, and we have 6 different programs, one each week, that breaks down and gives you a pathway or a plan and the information so you can make better decisions as you become into young manhood or manhood. You get out of it what you want to get into it. Somebody's really incredible. I guess I did send that to you. Outstanding. Sometimes I'm so busy I forget if I done stuff. And the flyer's up there. If you can take that email address, everything is up there right now, but there's an email address that says lkilgore@nevadapartners.org. That's how you register. Now, you can show up on the 17th at 6 o'clock, and we still going to take you. But this just gives us an average of the head count that we'll have. And I think as of yesterday, today's Tuesday, I had 13 people signed up. So we want to at least have a minimum of 20, but I think we're really going to exceed that because some people couldn't even get back to me or figure out that it was an email on there that says register, because you need to read the whole flyer. Most people don't read the whole flyer, and that's why they say, Kurt, how do we get involved? Do we just call you or tell you? I say you can, but it's easier for the program if you go ahead and register.
Yeah, those people's frontal lobes, it grew into like just skimming,
Yeah.
not reading the details.
Exactly. So I'm going to go over some of the programs, and Jesse, I'm going to ask you some questions about what do you think or how important that would be to you as a young man going forward. Okay. So the first week is made up, it's a program that I already have and I've had it for years, and it's called Kurt's House. It's the bed of life. Everybody has to have a foundation, somewhere we start at, right? So hopefully if you're sleeping on a cot, you can have a pallet on the ground or anything like that. It's your foundation, and that needs to be solid. You have to have a solid foundation. Yeah. Next, what we want to do is I break down the word mattress. Now, Jesse, you know what an acronym is, right?
Yes.
Takes a word, and then there's words that come out from it.
Yes.
So the first word is mattress because that's the bed of life. Mm-hmm. The second part, I have to stop for just a minute. The team that we have here at Be You Ready, Amber is in here putting in work already. I so much appreciate her because I can't type all this in and have a conversation at the same time. Thank you so much, Miss Amber Jones. That's Coach Amber J for y'all. She is a team player. She putting it out there, and I appreciate that. But going back to Kurt's house, now we have this mattress. So what I do is I tell my life story in about 45 minutes to an hour because this is a 2-hour class. So that brings the transparency about my life. The purpose of me doing that is because when people come into like a big workshop or anything like that, they already have what I call their fence up. And I need to figure out how to relax everybody and bring that fence down. You see what I'm saying, Jesse?
Yes.
So if I tell you more about myself and how I've lived my life and about my family and things like that, now you're peeking like, wow, this is like a real guy. He's lived a real life, because everybody think we're this way automatically. Yeah. No, it's a process. It's a journey. I always talk about life's journey. Then I break that mattress down. It talks about money because I used to be in the financial industry, working at the bank. Then I talk about attitudes, positive mental attitudes, PMA. It's hard work. Jesse, do you wake up happy and ready to go every morning?
No.
It's a struggle sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mom might have you in one mood and you getting ready to leave and go to school. But we have to figure out, and this is training, how do we take, if I start my day with a couple of negatives because I'm not in the right space, how do I get or who do I get to feed me some positives to take the place of that? So when I get to school or I get to work, my frame of mind is what it needs to be for me to be successful.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
because none of us are perfect. You know what I mean? We don't wake up. I tell you, man, I've been working at this so hard. I never wake up in a bad mood. I don't know why. It's just not working. I feel it's wasted energy.
Yeah.
When I could turn it into something positive and keep it going. And that's the way I raised my son. He'd be the first one to tell you. You know, my dad locked me in the car. He drive me to school. He asked me what's wrong with me. I tell him. Then he give me 2 positive things to think about. Then I tell him something else is negative. He give me 3 more positive. So in that 10.5-minute ride to school, by the time he's get there, I have shifted his mind to something positive. And we know that's called a growth mindset. If I go into something ready, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to succeed, and I'm ready to support others that succeed in their success, man, that's a great way to live.
Yes.
It really is,
Yes,
man.
it
I know I
really
looked at you because you're nice looking, so I looked over there. But it's a nice way to live, yes. So we go down this mattress. I'm at the A, and that's the attitude. I have my first T. It's travel. Because in my story, I tell about when I was in the military and that I've been halfway around the world twice. And so I would normally ask everybody out there, who's been outside of Las Vegas, Nevada? Now, when I'm speaking to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, you might not have a lot of hands raised, but a lot of people have been a lot of places.
Yeah.
Or they lived somewhere before they came to Las Vegas, because it's only a few of us that are actually born and raised here. I say I'm from Oakland because I lived there until the 8th grade, but then until the 7th grade, then I moved here in the 8th grade. So all my nurturing years has actually been in Las Vegas, Nevada, so this is my home. So after I talk about travel, I talk about time management. Now, Jesse, this is for you. You can tell me any way you want to. Did you at the end of the school year, did you go to class or did you stay home and do online?
I stayed home.
You stayed home and did the hybrid and stayed home, right?
Yeah.
So back in the day, when you go to school, I talk about, you know, what you have to do. You get up in the morning, you go to school. So tell me, when you were in school, what was your routine once you came home and got out of school?
Well, when I went to real school,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
I would come home. I would either when I'm with my dad, I would work out with him,
Mm-hmm.
and then go home, do homework,
Mm-hmm.
go to eat, and then go to sleep.
Right. So you had a little routine, right?
Yeah.
You knew because your mom don't play. So you come home, you get that homework done, you do any chores you have to. You might get some game time because you finished your homework.
Yeah.
And then you ate dinner, relaxed with the family a little bit, and went to bed. And the more you got into that routine, the easier life became, right?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I'm a military guy, so I'm really used to routines. And so it's incredible that if we can teach our young men and ladies, but I work with mostly boys, to have a routine, it makes life more easier. You ever heard of a guy named Aristotle?
Yes.
Yeah, Aristotle said excellence isn't an act, it's a habit.
Yes.
Yeah, because if I do it just once, it's an act. But if I continue to do it and make it a habit, I will become excellent at it.
Yes.
Yeah, it made sense though, right? That's a good one. It makes sense. And so after that one, that was our time management. So that's why I asked you, did you have a routine? How do you manage your time? I wish there was like 48 hours in a day because sometimes I just don't have enough time to get everything done. But the reality, do you believe that everybody in the world has the same amount of time to get something done?
Yes.
Yeah, because we all got 24
Yeah.
hours in a day, right? That's all we can do is do what we need to do in 24 hours. So after that one, that's my time management, MATT. Then I'll go to R. Just off the top of your head, just a little conversation that we had, what would you think the R would be? And there's no wrong answer with me. I just want your opinion because I'm going to lead you to where I want you to go. But what would you think just by sitting here talking to me, military, the conversations I had with your mom, even you, what do you think R means? And I'm going to give you a hint. Make it easy. Aretha Franklin. I know you young.
Yeah, you lost me there too, Kurt.
Oh, Alex! Oh!
I was gonna say reality or something cliche.
I was gonna
but
say resources.
Oh, I love y'all, but y'all missing out on the queen of soul.
right. Yeah.
Respect.
Respect.
It's
Okay.
one of the biggest songs in the
Yeah,
world.
it is.
But we talk about respect, and we talk about is respect earned or given, and then I break that down because always remember when I teach a workshop or anything, there is no wrong answer because I'm asking your opinion so I can see where your mind is at, and then I'm gonna lead you to the answer because everybody like to hear stories, and you can lead people to the answer through a story. So respect is huge. Is it earned or is it given? Then I talk about young men respecting young women. But then I talk about young women respecting themselves enough that young men will respect them. So it's a two-way street there. And when I throw it at them, I hit them in the heart with it and make them all think. And you never know who you going to say you in school now. You going to high school, right? Your mom don't want you to meet nobody probably, but you meet somebody in high school and you might have some bad language with her or something. Not saying that you would do that. This is just an example, right? And then y'all graduate from high school and everybody's blooming and you end up running into that person again and you end up marrying that person. You never know who you going to end up with. So you better treat all them girls nice because you never know in the end who you going to end up with, right? We all come from a small place. So after we get through with that respect, the main thing, I don't care what nobody say, this is my line. The passport out of poverty is education, but everybody's poverty is different. That's a true statement.
Yeah.
So, the E is education. Everything in the mattress is based around your education. The more educated you are, the more power you have, and that usually leads to a better life you can live because you have more choices.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Outstanding. So after we finish that one, we roll into, where was I at? That was education. So, MATTRESS. My last two S's. The first one, what you think it is? Go ahead. I feel that I'm very. I feel your mom is very. I feel,
Spiritual?
well, we all are special, but guess what? We're thriving to be successful. So it talks about success. Who determines your success, Jesse?
Yourself.
Thank you. I ain't even look. Oh, yeah, you your mama's son. Yes, you can't depend on nobody else but yourself. You might have to surround yourself with a supporting crowd, mentors, your parents, or whoever. But who has to put in the work?
You.
You got to put in the work, man. Don't nothing come free. Nothing comes for free. Let me say hi to just a few pictures. I see we got a lot of people watching here tonight. I have the amazing Coach Amber J. Also, she's sitting right in front of me. I got Brown Lee out there. Salute to my young brother, he says to you, Jesse. I got the Nat Trail Anderson somewhere out there. Way to go, Nat. Chrissy Renee, one of our other hosts, is watching. Amber's killing it. We got Bella Ann Marie, who I buy all my lashes and lip balms and everything. Oh, my friends are like, what's it, Christmas already? I said, no, I'm supporting a friend's business, and I want y'all to try her stuff. She has a card in there. If you like it, get back with her. So I'm buying their first stuff. Go figure, Christmas. We got my boy Malik out there, Malik Jenkins. Remember that name because I'm going to bring him up in just a second. One of the courses that he's going to be teaching for me. And then we have Missy, always out there. Misty, we're wishing you a fast recovery, the best of health to you. You keep moving in the right direction, all right? And then we got Bella, Bella is there. And that's about it. I think that's everybody except for, it's a long line, Cindy, my superstar, Cindy Brinkoff, my friend and everything. Her daughter, Laura, another great friend. It's a family of friends I have. We all worked in the banking industry together. Thank you for chiming in. So we on that success. So I always say I let my class choose what my last S is because it's changed over the years. One time it used to be security because you had job security, but that's not relevant anymore because people fire people no matter what you think. So things like that. So if I was teaching a workshop today, what would you want my S to be, Jesse? The last S. Give me anything that you think falls in line with that mattress.
Self-love.
Ah, my man. See, that's your mama. See,
That's a key. That's a key right there.
Just drop
Self-love,
that key
yeah,
on
drop
us.
that
That's
key.
it. Yes, self-love. And I love that because, as men, sometimes we forget that we still have to take care of ourselves mentally and physically. And that's part of another program that's going to be in those 6 classes. We talk about physically taking care of ourselves. I'm one of those guys that, I go get a mani and pedicure. I get a manicure every 2 weeks. I get a pedicure every month because I got to take care of my body because it's the only shell I get. So if I'm not taking care of it, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Self-love. I love that. That is incredible. Thank you very much. So those are the 7 parts of the mattress. So that's what we'll go over the first day. Then the second day, what we're going to do is talk about 9 essential resources to begin living your best life. The book that I read and formed this program from, it says 9 essential resources to move from one socioeconomic group to another. You know what that word means, Jesse? Social economic group?
Yeah, isn't
Go
no,
ahead,
I don't.
Alex.
I don't know what it means.
What about you, Alex?
Social economic groups.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
I'm just from the words, I'm gonna assume that it means like Actually, I don't know. I guess I
Okay.
don't know. I
Maybe
guess I don't know either.
Maybe a group of people.
Ah, that's my man. I told you there's never a wrong answer. Just throw what you think, and you're exactly right because it is a group of people. So if I was living and I was making under $23,650 a year, I would be considered living in a poverty status. Okay? How do I move and shift my mindset to get from that to lower middle class? And then how do I go from lower middle class to middle class? And if I get real lucky and I'm a basketball player or a football player, because we never know what background they come from, but then they move all the way up to either rich or wealthy. So all those are subclasses of people that are designed by this system that we live under, that some of the underprivileged don't get the same privilege as others. So a lot of people don't understand that there's 9 resources that you must have, at least 7 of them, to move from one socioeconomic group to another. Financial, you need to know how to work and make money so you can buy the things that you need. Emotional. Now, this is a good one because I always ask young men, what do they think when they say the word emotional? What would you think, Jesse, when I say emotions?
Like sad or like how you feel.
How you feel? Are we keeping our minds sharp enough to do the things that we need to do? I don't want to get religious, but I really favor the speakings and the writings of the Bible to help guide me through my daily. I'm not perfect by all means. Nobody is. And, we get forgiven every day. But it kind of helps me formulate and stay on the right track.
Yeah.
So emotionally, am I depressed? What am I doing about that? Am I reacting to someone else's emotions because I'm around them a lot and it's running off of me? Things like that. So I talk about that. We break that down. Mental health.
Yes.
Something that goes back into those emotionals. But the part of mental that I really look at is, I'm going to give you some words: reading, writing, and computing. Now, when I grew up, it was said in a different way. But you being one of these, I think you Generation X, if I'm not mistaken, because you this last one. When I say the word computing, no wrong answer. I'm going to tell you, Jesse, it's no wrong answer. But just give me your idea of what the word computing might mean.
Like computers or
Okay.
electronics.
Okay, so go right there. Now, I'm hoping, did you ever see the movie Hidden Figures?
No.
Okay, so put that on your list. It's on Netflix, all that stuff. But it talks about the African American women that in the 1960s was involved in NASA. Okay, they did part of the space project that got the first moon rocket to the moon and made sure it came back safe. So all the women that worked in the computing department were math majors. They were all extremely, extremely smart women that ran that. So that's where the word computing, when we grew up, it was reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's how we remembered it. It was real easy, reading, writing, and arithmetic. But now, over the decades, it's changed to computing. So when I say computing, I'm still saying you need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, need some of them fractions. The calculus depends on where you go. But those 4 things you need to be able to manage your life. Work a job, make sure you're getting paid right. Paying bills, making sure you're doing those things right, understanding if you become an entrepreneur, how to balance your tax forms and things like that. All that's part of computing.
Yes.
Then we go to number 4, spiritual. And in the spiritual, I like in this course because it doesn't say you have to believe in God or anything like that. It says you have to believe in a divine spirit or a divine being. Whoever you get comfortable with that's helping guide you, have some spirituality around it so it can keep you focused. Some people think that just doing meditation of any kind is spiritual.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's good. Whatever it does. Alex, you can chime in anytime. Physical. What do you think the physical is talking about, Mr. Alex?
I'm going to go ahead and assume probably like the same thing that Jesse said earlier, self-love. You know, it's taking care of your physical.
Exactly. Taking care of yourself. Are we eating right? You know what they say about African Americans? We eat all the greasy stuff and all that because that's all we was given back in the day. We just figured out a way to make it taste good, but that doesn't mean it's healthy for you. So taking care of your health and making sure that as you get more senior, you're starting to get your yearly checkups. Like I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. I go every 3 months for a checkup just to make sure everything's working right because I'm past 50 now. So things start to change in your body, and you start enjoy your youth, brother. It's a beautiful thing. I miss it.
Our bodies change like every
Yes.
year. You know, every person is different too. So
Yes.
that's another important vital thing to keep in mind. I
Right,
guess.
the
Yeah.
different characteristics of our bodies that we're all different.
Oh yeah.
Support systems. I'm gonna throw that one back at Alex, and then I'm gonna ask you, Jesse. Who are some of your main support systems? But what do you think that support system is talking about?
I think anyone who you consider family,
Exactly.
like family is a very big thing. I don't know if it's just in our culture, but I know my family is probably my biggest support system, and I have a family here with BU, and that's a huge support system also.
Yes, it is. And that's why I say BU is like another support system for us. Even outside of what we do here, we all meet sometime and fellowship together and have a good time. But I tell you, there's going to be a time when it comes when your support systems start to get shorter. If you live long enough, you're going to see a lot of people go.
Yeah.
So in my situation, my immediate family, and when I say that, I say my mother, my father, my brother, my sister. That was my immediate family. All of them gone. All of them have passed on. I'll meet them one day. But what I can say is they left me a menu that will always be respectful for them. So I would keep driving and having that support system, or I have outside support systems, somebody that you can just call on sometime to get a kind word or anything like that. It's any 2 or more individuals that support your cause. Go ahead, Malik. That's what he says. Malik says support systems are any 2 or more individuals that have a common interest in your best interest.
Boom.
Boom. That's it.
What I was gonna say about family is they could be your biggest supporters and your biggest haters. too.
Hello. Talk about it, brother. Exactly. So we get to choose who we want to have in our circle, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's one thing that being alive and being able to make choices, because we all get to make choices, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, even when it comes to our family, if somebody is always on that negative side or always putting you down or telling you can't do something or you won't be nothing, those are the ones we have to block out.
Yeah,
I ain't
that's
gotta
not a
be-
support system.
Yeah, it's not a support system. I don't have to be disrespectful to those
there-
people. I
there's-
just don't have to listen to them.
Yeah, there's only so much you can take before you finally
You snap.
Yeah, well, not even just snap, but it's just like you said, the circle gets smaller,
Right.
ever so often.
You
People
know,
come, people go.
Yes.
You gotta choose who can stay or who your support system
and that's
is.
so important. My mom used to tell me, and she used to tell my son, everybody not your friend. Some of them just might be associates, and those are the ones you keep at arm's length because they're not the ones that's going to be there. Well, Johnny Gill say sometimes we have fair weather friends. Yeah, they there when things are good, and when things are bad, they leave. Yeah, we got to watch them, okay? Oh, my brother Cardes Wallace. Oh, Self-Made is on. Back to back. Thank you, Self-Made. Appreciate the love, my brother. So we had support systems. And then we talk about relationships and role models, and I kind of just hit on that. Everybody's not our friend. Some people need to be associates. And then some people we have around, maybe one or two that are kind of negative, but they just make us think in another way.
Yeah.
So we have them around a little bit. And then the eighth one is knowledge of hidden rules. Now, that's a tough one to explain. So here we go, Jesse. Say, Jesse, you live, this is just an analogy. You live in Anthem, and that's over in Henderson, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a more affluent area.
Yeah.
And I live on the east side of town, Sunrise Mountain, which is more
East side?
of a east side, more of a middle class area. You know, we doing all right. We ain't balling, but we balling our own
Just
way.
in the middle.
Just in
We're
the
just
middle.
all right.
Yeah, we just all right. I don't know all the rules of the area that you live in.
Yeah.
But I knew when I was in certain areas, I can come through blasting my music in my car, things like that. But I really don't think I can do that where you live. Okay? So I got to know them hidden rules, okay? That you don't come through the neighborhood bumping.
Yeah.
You know? And things like that. So there's a lot of hidden rules when we move from one social economic group to another. And usually we have a friend or a family member that's already living there, and they kind of help guide us.
Yeah.
Because if they really care about us or have our genuine interest, they want us to come over and succeed. Okay? So role models are so important as well. Jesse, do you understand what good role models, what kind of characteristics they should have?
Yeah, like a leadership characteristic.
Okay.
Like they should always want to see you do better than them.
Yes.
And yeah, that's really it.
And that's it, okay? You want to surround yourself with people that have a general interest in your well-being, that want you to be either the same or better than they are. And if they're older, that's even better because now they're just going to lift you up. At a young age, you always say, oh, Mom, you say this, and Dad, you say this. And then you're going to get like 19 or 20 or whenever you have your first child, God bless you. And then you're going to look back and say, now I understand what they was talking
Yeah.
about, because it's part of the journey. We don't know everything as kids. We're going to make a lot of mistakes, but the guidance that our parents give us is what truly makes the difference. I'll be the first one to say that. Then after that, after having role models, now me, as a motivational speaker, as a trainer, and as a life coach, do you think I have role models?
Yes.
Yes, I have 3. I'm so blessed that these 3 gentlemen have watched me. I'm the youngest out of the 3 of them, and I'm 56. And they have watched me grow up. They watched me go to the military. They watched me go through college and everything. We meet once a month for 3 hours and just have conversation. So those are the people that I can ask those off-the-wall questions, and they'll keep me aligned. Or if I want to learn more about cryptocurrency, I have a guy that does all that. And so when you surround yourself with people that genuinely have a interest in your well-being, I'm telling you, life becomes really good. Then you know you're living your best life, my friend.
Right.
Living your best life. So we're getting down to the last one. Coping skills and strategies. We need to cope with things like anger.
Yes.
We need to figure out how to put that anger somewhere else and turn it from a negative to positive. Jesse, do you think that's an easy task?
No.
No. Is it something that has to be taught, right?
Yes.
And then it has to be practiced over time so you become really good at it. I was guilty at one time because I used to just snap.
Me too.
When I was a little younger, man, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm an alpha male Scorpio. And we're going to leave that to the rest of y'all. But over time, I figured out that I can get more with sugar than vinegar. I don't know if y'all ever heard that. It's an old term from my grandmother. She said, baby, you get more with sugar than you do vinegar. Stop being so evil to everybody.
Right.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
She said, stop being bitter.
Yes,
Be
but-
sweeter.
Exactly. Stop being so bitter. Life ain't that bad.
Yeah.
So those are the 9 essential resources that we will break down in that workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop. Then I have another friend, Lynn Jashaim. She's coming in to do, and that was requested by Nevada Partners, that she teach one of the classes as well, since they the one that's paying me, right? Yeah. So they go ahead, and she's going to come in and teach and have a workshop on personal trauma. Then I'm back to teaching again, and I have an anger management course that is absolutely incredible. Have you ever thought about, or has anybody ever suggested having an anger management journal?
No.
That's crazy, huh? Let me tell you, I did this workshop, and we created an anger management journal, and I had them go home and write every time that they got angry and all that. After it was all done, they had to go to the journal and write down. It has specific questions so they can break down how that, for every action, there's a reaction. Sometimes the reaction can be altered so you don't sound so mean or be so aggressive or be disrespectful.
Yeah.
I know something I struggle with right now is how some young men talk to their moms. And the kids that I deal with, unfortunately, most of them are on probation. They're in the juvenile justice system, and so there's already some issues going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just make mistakes, and that's fine. But some of the households, you would think that the mother is their best friend and not their mom. There's two different parts of that, I truly believe, because respect, which we talked about, comes with discipline. I'm not disciplining you because I have nothing else to do. I'm trying to get a point across, and you need to stop and listen instead of barking back. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about anger management. And then I'm a big vision board guy. You ever did a vision board? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know your mom do some vision boards. She do some awesome vision board. To be truthful, she had me do an electronic vision board that I still have in my phone, and I was explaining it to somebody else I was talking to 2 days ago, because I was talking about vision boards, and I say, I carry mine around with me everywhere I go. They say, I don't see you with no big old board that you can put on your wall. I say, no. We're in the digital age. This is called technology.
That's what I.
You go to,
that's what I'm
you go to
talking
the
about, Kurt.
collage. You get pick out the pictures in your phone, put it in that collage, and now you got your vision board.
See,
and
Kurt
underneath,
doesn't stop learning.
Hey, I've learned that from Miss Amber J. I'm here to tell you. Amber showed me that one, and I sent her a copy of it, and I'm sure she still has it because I'm still working on it too. So vision boards are really good. I do one every year for my family. It's part of our mission statement, so we know where we're going and where we're heading. And I did that for many years, especially when my son lived at home, just to keep him focused. So vision goals and goal settings is I'm going to take a goal, we're going to put it on the vision board, we're going to break it down into 5 steps. 5 action steps to meet that goal. But then we're going to break down each one of those action steps one more time so you can see the reality of the work that you have to put in to reach that goal.
So I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So why do you call them vision boards instead of reality boards?
It's up to you. Vision board was a term that came out many years ago and nobody changed it, but I see an opportunity. So if you actually come to my class, it's going to be reality boards. I like that. See, you already changing people's lives already, big guy. Reality boards. I like that because this is the reality I want to live. My man. That's my co-host Jesse over here.
Amber, you got a smart. You got
Throwing
a
out
smart
them
son,
keys.
man. You got a smart kid. Very
Yes,
optimistic.
indeed.
He's
What
gonna,
a great,
he's gonna get
great
places.
growth mindset you have, and that's absolutely incredible. Great job, Jesse.
Thank you.
And then the last one we're going to talk about, I have Mr. Malik coming in, trying to get his feet off the ground, give him some, I want to see what he can do. He's coming in and talking about his book, and he's taken some chapters and created a workshop, Dating and Relationship Theory. This is how it should go in reality, but this is what could happen in reality. And so he's going to go through that as well. And then I'm going to teach the final class, which is financial literacy.
Hey.
Being that I did 17 years in the banking industry, and I learned a lot of strategies that's helped me become successful as well. And I'm like this, if I know it, I want you to know it.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about financial literacy and understanding the bank. The bank is your best friend, really, if you work it right. It's about relationships. I still have customers today, and I retired from banking 4 years ago, that still call me for banking advice, or can I connect them to somebody in the industry that was, as they would say, as good as you were? Okay, I'm not there no more, but I know a lot of great bankers, so I can link them up with that, especially when it comes to small businesses, because I was a big-time small business banker as well. Not only running different branches, but leading our business bankers and then guiding them and training them to be the best they could be out in the community at acquiring new business for the bank. So I'm really well versed in that, and I can't wait to give that to everybody as well. We're going to take a quick break and take about a 5-minute break, or at least hear a couple of songs or one good song. And we're going to come back and wrap all this up, and then we'll keep moving forward. Don't forget, ain't nothing like living your best life on a Monday night at 8 o'clock with Life Coach Kurt and his co-host, Mr. Amazing Jesse. All right.
Yeah. Why they so jealous? Natural. DT 702. Then I guess you got it like that. Thinking 1,000 and that's so fat. They hate it when you get attention. When you walk by, they don't say nothing. They jealous. They be jealous. Them hoes, they so jealous. They be jealous. Turn heads when she walk in. Superstar paparazzi start flocking. As the beat starts knocking, shorty hit the dance floor, ass start dropping. She's truly independent. She's grinding and she's winning. The other girls pretending, not stopping till she finished. She ain't got no man unless you got them bands. You ain't got no chance. Why these hoes be hating? The drama they're creating, but it ain't even phasing you, 'cause you're amazing. Thinking 1,000 and that's so fast, so fast. When you get attention, when you walk by, they don't say nothing. They're jealous, yeah. They be jealous. Them hoes so jealous. They be jealous. She like the room when she enters, everyone's attention, she is the center. Fellas double take when they see her, watch her transform as the beat hits the speaker. Shawty ain't no average chick, unless you coming with those bands, no she's not having it. No. She ain't got no man, unless you got them bands, no. Why these hoes be hating? The drama they're creating, but it ain't even phasing you, 'cause you're amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so fast. When you get attention, when you walk by, they don't say nothing. You're jealous. They be jealous. These hoes so jealous.
I know you see them hoes barking over there, 'cause everybody in the club stop and stare. Them thick thighs in the ass Ric Flair. Please remind them as you walking over here, just pop it and lock it, then drop it, don't stop it. You the hot topic, they know you got options. They jealous as toxic, they harmless, no caution. Just do it, go do it, do it. Clap for me, mommy, clap, clap for me, mommy. Make it boom back for me, mommy. Frame on time, hourglass type of body with an apple bottom. She don't need jeans for it, only shake what your mama gave you. Shake, shake, take it all, money made good. Take, look at they faces, the wrinkles, they stressing, rebellious. No, they jealous.
Why they so
hoes.
mad though? Got it like that. Yeah. When you get attention, when you walk by, they don't say nothing. They jealous. They be jealous. Them hoes, they so jealous. They be jealous. These hoes so jealous.
a free man, you understand? You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here, because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
Yearning for your validation.
Validation.
All in hopes I'm in the conversation.
All in hopes.
Pour so much of me into you. Can't believe I ain't never feel for me instead of you. I slide in the coupe, I lose the roof. Die for the truth, abide by no rules. If the devil's in cahoots, drop a prayer on the screw.
One time.
Got God on my side, how can I ever lose still? I wanna be humble, but I gotta flex. On them niggas. I don't wanna mumble, but I can respect.
Respect me, nigga.
I do it my way, they say it's left. If I sell my soul, what I got left? Because I don't need nobody else. I'm lying to myself. Not talking physical, dog, the spiritual and health. All these opportunities is higher, I can tell. Gotta get them in them stairs, cause the timing never fails. My advice, keep moving. If not, you can lose it. Wasting time on the clueless. Knowing they can never do this. Back. Tell them pessimists they need to spine. Whack when they're paralyzed in the mind. I don't need nobody else.
No, I don't.
Tell my younger self.
What you say?
You got God as your help. Just let it go and never dwell.
My advice.
Unless they good at you. My advice.
Hey. Welcome back to Living Your Best Life with Life Coach Kurt and his co-host, the amazing Jesse. This young man has me on fire. I wish sometimes you could hear the conversations we have off the mic during breaks. You really get to understand the person that's next to you or in here and what we talk about. But I have to give a hats off to this young man because he's 15, right?
Yeah, I'm 15.
But he sounds like he's 16 and a half, 17. That lets me know that he has a really good support system behind him, and they're all working in the same direction, not somebody pulling one way and somebody pulling another way. Everybody's on the same page, and my hat goes off to you, Jesse. Thank you. And I appreciate you being here today. That's the blessing, because you never know where your blessings come from, because I just got one that's called reality boards. Think I ain't going to forget that? I got that, buddy. All right, as we get down to the end of this, now it's the fun part of the show. This is where I get to ask you, Jesse, some great questions that are fun questions. So, the first one. If you could be any type of food, what type of food would you be?
I don't even know. Maybe like a pineapple or something.
Oh, okay. So, is it because it's so sweet or it's so tough on the outside?
Yeah, it's both.
It's
like,
both.
And
Sweet.
it's really good. Yeah.
And it's really good. Outstanding. So, I also wanted to know, now you being a young man, this question might be a little bit more for you, but if you had the opportunity to be somebody else, anybody you would want to be for 24 hours, who would it be and why? Any person in the world, living or past or anything.
Probably Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
You know one thing, and I'm going to ask you a question, but one of the most famous things Bill Gates said that triggered me, he says, if you're born broke, that's not your fault. But if you die broke, it is, because technology will move you anywhere you want to right now. That makes sense?
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense, you know? We have to go on this journey, but we have to remember on this journey, what are some things that we want to achieve along the way? Now, your wealth might look different from my wealth. You know what I'm saying? Or you being comfortable might be different from the way I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
But you make that decision and you drive towards that through that journey. So, what is it about Bill Gates that entices you to be him for 24 hours?
Like, so I was watching this YouTube video of
Okay.
him talking with another, YouTuber.
Okay.
And, like, just the way, like, he grew up, like, he wasn't poor or nothing.
Mhm.
But, he always had to work for everything.
Okay.
And, like, I'll make him give me some of his money, too. But
But it's only going to last for 24 hours. It's going to disappear.
I know. But, like,
Well, he can wire himself the money, right?
Yeah, all of
he
it.
could.
You said we get creative.
I was thinking of the same thing. I was like, I'd wire me some money. No, I'm kidding.
That's it. That's great. My other one that I always like to ask is, what is your most elaborate dream or elaborate dream job that you would want to have? Now, at 15, it's going to change probably about 5 more times through your journey of life. But right now, in the setting that we have, what would be the dream job for you?
Maybe like owning a business. Like, no, I don't want to do like owning a basketball team or something. You know, or like technology, something like that.
Something in the technical field.
Yeah.
And that's great because I tell the youth today, technology is the fastest moving vehicle that we have right now. It's just changing. Your mom could attest to this. Years ago, we used to make 3, 5, and 7-year goals. That's the way we were programmed, especially in the business world. Now, you have to make like 6 months, a year, and a year and a half because technology is moving so fast that you don't keep up with it. You're gonna end up like Blockbuster. I know you was a Blockbuster kid
I
back
know
in the
what
day.
Blockbuster
You know a
is, yeah.
Blockbuster, and who took them out? A red box.
Red box.
Go figure.
Crazy.
A big old company like Blockbuster let a little red box come and put them out of business.
Literally a little red box.
Yeah, literally. Because they didn't stay up on technology as it was changing, and people found a better and easier way and didn't have to really go into the store because they felt pressure from the salespeople there to get more stuff. Man, Blockbuster, I should have bought stock, but I'm glad I didn't because they went out of business.
6 months is a good time span, if I may add, too.
Yeah.
Like, if you can think 6 months ahead
Yes.
and actually put yourself in that position to get there, oh yeah, you're in the game.
You're in the game. Yes, it's incredible. So, if you can tell other youth something that you really learned during the pandemic that made you either a better person or made you more understanding about this journey of life, what would it be?
Like you said earlier, like everyone isn't your friend.
I okay.
Had before, like in my 8th grade year, I was the most popular kid in my school. I had everyone as my friend.
Okay.
And eventually, a month, I lost 10, 20 friends. And then like eventually I just got used to my small group of friends that I didn't need anyone else,
There you go.
And, like most people really don't want to see you shine, Most people want to see you sit there and do nothing. Like,
That's a shame.
they don't
isn't
really
it?
care. Like they don't want to see you do nothing better than them.
Right. Those fixed-minded people. Let me tell you, that's that fixed mindset. They don't worry about nobody but themselves. They think they're smarter than everybody else. They don't share in success. They don't want to see other people be successful. So that's something to remember.
And some people just want to hang out with you because you're the cool kid.
Yes.
So you gotta, like you said, you noticed who your real friends were. You stuck with that small group, which is really all you need.
You're exactly right. Small group is good. It's really good. I always tease my friends because I say, I have like 15 best friends. And they're like, nobody don't have 15 best friends. And then I bring up my phone and I show them because they're all of them labeled best friend and then they name. These are people, when I talked about those support systems, when I was talking about the 9 resources, these are the people that's been there for me since day one.
And 15 people isn't even a lot of people.
No, it's not.
That's a very great portion
Yes.
of a family to keep around.
Yeah, and these are people that I can call up and say, hey, I need $5,000. I got this plan. I'm trying to do this. This is when I will have it back to you. I give them a date, but based on my character and based on the relationship we have, I've been blessed that people have come through when I needed them.
Yeah.
That when I transitioned and retired and transitioned out of that, I didn't work for 2.5 years. Yeah, I was blessed that I was able to do some consulting work that helped me through that. But just having my family and friends that really understood my mission and what my goal is in life allowed me and helped me get to where I am today. And that's so important. Malik is out. Okay, my brother. Thank you for tuning in, Malik. Appreciate you all the time, buddy. And oh yeah, for you basketball fans, the Nets did win tonight. They blew the Bucks out again.
Yeah, if they don't win,
man,
then
they gonna
that's
take
be
the whole
worst.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they might take the whole thing.
Because the Lakers are gone.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Suns is doing real nice right
Man,
now. The
that's-
Suns is
Hold
real
on,
nice.
hold on, hold on. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to exit the
Yeah.
feed so I can go look at the score right now and let you guys know, because I want the Suns to lose so bad,
Yeah.
but they're actually winning. They're up 13
That's good.
in
That's
the fourth
good.
quarter.
You know, CP3 does need a ring
Yeah,
before he retires.
deserves.
No,
one.
he doesn't.
He deserves. one.
I'm just salty because they beat my Lakers really
That's
bad.
it.
I'm not gonna lie. So I can't wait to see the Suns exit.
Hey, just a hint. The Warriors will be back next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a hint. I'm just
I
letting
forgot.
you know.
I forgot you're from the Bay Area.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. That's
Warriors.
it. Well, I want to say, you know, we went through a few things. We talked about a few things, but I really just want to say thank you to Jesse. And you too, Alex. And even a bigger thanks to Amber, Coach Amber J, having me
perfect
to
timing.
give the opportunity for her son to sit next to me and be my co-host and get a feel of how this chair is. And I hope you sign up and come to my workshop. I'll make it the best thing you've ever had, and you're going to leave out of there with a different mindset. I promise you that. But as always, I just want to say, you don't have to bring them up, Alex, but I'm going to say thank you to my sponsors once again. 702 Braids for you. Cindy, thank you for all you do. Maybe I'll start growing my hair back by the winter time and we can start doing braids again. I appreciate it. The next one is Jamisa with the mobile Red Rum mobile hairstyling salon. They do everything, manicures, pedicures. They come to you. She do sew-ins, braids. I'm like, girl, but she got people that help her, so that makes it great. And then last, we got the Bougie Girl Boutique. Go on there. They have some of the nicest earrings and all the jewelry that you need, special things. Mother's Day just passed, but I think they have some men's items on there, so you can go on there for Father's Day that's coming up here in a few weeks. I appreciate everybody. My tribe out there, thank you for following. Appreciate you tapping in tonight. And everybody stay blessed and highly favored. And y'all do what y'all do, and I'll see you next week, Monday night, 8 o'clock, with an amazing new guests that I have that I've been waiting on for a little while. So I got 2 new guests coming up that I'm really excited about. So you guys stay blessed and have a nice evening. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little different this time. Yeah, yeah. I'm coming live in the nighttime. Nighttime. Bruising down in the state, 9 to 5. 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Going buck 5, hope I don't see them cop lights. Hope I don't. In the fast lane, yeah, he told me about no warning signs. Warning signs, warning signs. Trying to live fast, die young, we ain't got time. No, we do it part time. Yeah. The benefits don't benefit, it ain't full time. No, they don't. More than 40 every week, putting overtime. I'm clocking 7 days a week till I'm prime time. That ain't enough time for the short time. Success, I'm trying to see a million by the summertime. Before it's fall time, and they forget mine. A cold world without my pockets warming when the shivering. Foot on the gas pedal, leave it stuck and dry. Never slowing down, had to cut the brake lines. Jesus, take the wheel, I'ma steal when I decide. That just free will, we don't trust him all the time. When we should, but I don't mean to preach. No, but when your hands upon the wheel, who you trying to be? Extend your hand out, tell me who you trying to reach. On yourself like you out playing hide and seek. Still I'm cruising for a chase. Knowing that my family is not safe. They not safe unless we keep a bag in the safe. It ain't safe. No, it ain't safe. Let's keep a bag in the safe. Yeah, right. They don't want smoke, if they do, we let them buck.